Hello everyone, I'm Soporific and welcome back to another episode of xSoporific Talks. Today, we are finally continuing from my last wheel spin, and I'm finally talking about my history of Dead by Daylight. Now, if you guys don't know, I think the last time I spun the wheel for this series was episode 5, and it was my history with Dead by Daylight. That's the next topic. But some things happened between that time, and I uploaded some episodes before getting to this one. It's not only that, honestly I got a little lazy and didn't feel like making an episode for this, mainly because I knew how much I was going to talk and how dreadful the editing for this video is going to be, because if you guys don't know, when I do these voiceovers, I do be messing up a lot, so I cut out my mistakes. And when I end recording, the video will be like 20, almost 30 minutes long, and then I edit out all my mistakes and stuff, and it turned out the video was like 5 minutes long. It's like, oh my gosh. It's just the laziness and the tedious task of editing that scared me away from doing this video, but I finally chalked out the courage today to do it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna record this video, edit it, and get it out to you guys. But yeah, as I stated before, today's xSoporific Talk episode is based on my history with Dead by Daylight. Now, if you don't know, Dead by Daylight is turning 7 years old this year. Like, I think it's gonna turn 7 years old in June of this year. And I've been playing this game for 6 years now, since like August of 2017. And yeah, I wasn't there since the beginning, but I was there for the somewhat early stages. And let me tell you, these last 6 years have been a wild ride. A lot of experiences, a lot of ups and downs, and I just want to talk about that. So the first thing I'm gonna mention is how I actually learned about Dead by Daylight. So, if you guys didn't know, back in summer of 2017, I strayed away from the game Minecraft, which is a game I used to play all the time, and I got into the game Friday the 13th. As a multiplayer experience, Friday the 13th, in terms of like multiplayer fun, I think that peaked during the summer of 2017. Man, that was a time. So many good memories. But yeah, when I was playing Friday the 13th, I met a person. He goes by Saberth99 on Xbox. We had each other because we played Friday a lot, and I remember sometimes when I was on, looking through my friends list, I'd sometimes see him on Dead by Daylight. I had no idea what the game was, and I haven't really looked into it, so I was like, okay, whatever. Then, sometime later on, when we got into a party, he let me know about Dead by Daylight. I can't remember exactly what he said, so I'm going to be paraphrasing a bit here, but I remember him saying it's similar to Friday the 13th. It's just, you know, survivors, killers trying to escape the killer and escape. He brought it to my attention. I looked it up. He said I should try it sometime, and I was like, I'll see, because I was having my fun Friday. And near the end of August of 2017, Dead by Daylight had a free play weekend going on, and my friend convinced me to get it. So I installed the game, and I also wanted to, you know, get some more people to join us. So I told my regular Friday the 13th friends at the time to install the game and, you know, join me in experiencing the game for the first time. And if you guys don't know, those good Friday the 13th friends I'm talking about is A's Blue X and Void NATO. If you guys don't know who those are some of my good friends from years ago. I made a lot of good friends for Friday the 13th, but those two were like my go-tos. They were my favorites to play with when it came to playing that game. And it got to the point where we actually played other games other than Friday with each other. I did videos with them before. If you go back on my channel, I believe it's like sometime in 2018, like the beginning of 2018, I uploaded some Friday gameplay with them. And also in a recent live stream, well, I say recent, but it was like a year ago. Like, I think it was like January of last year, I did a live stream, me playing Dead by Daylight, and Ace Blue joined me for a stream. And we haven't played with each other in years, and that was nice. Sad to say, me and Blue haven't played with each other since that stream, even though we agreed that, you know, we got played together more. And Void NATO, I haven't played with him since 2018. It's been a while since I talked to that guy. But yeah, I'm getting off topic. Let me continue. So we got the game together. We tried it with Saberth, and we weren't feeling it at the time. I was trying to enjoy the game, but I was making too many comparisons for Friday. Because I remember him telling me it was just like Friday. I remember running away from the killer. I'm like, do I have a stamina bar I have to worry about? And it was just a whole thing. We didn't like it, so we were like, okay, that was cool. We went back to Friday. But in my spare time, when I was on YouTube, I did, you know, check out some Dead by Daylight videos because I want to see what the game was about, because I didn't like my experience with it. So I stumbled on some YouTube channels that played it. Two of them I can remember was Ochido, which, man, I haven't said, heard, or watched that man's videos in years. But yeah, it was Ochido, and the other guy was a man named Usiles, or as he calls himself, Useless. I remember watching Ochido's little compilation Team Man Dead by Daylight of the shenanigans that happened. I remember watching Usiles' guides back in the day. Like, I liked the editing, and I saw the strategy you had in the game, and I liked it. So I wanted to try the game again, but the free-to-play weekend was over, and I didn't have any money. And Saberth was so nice and so trusting of me that he gave me the login for his account so I can play it when he's not on. And I was like, man, he's better than me, because I'm not giving anybody my Xbox account, not even my family. Well, actually, that's a lie. If I were to trust somebody with my account, it's probably my brother. But that's it, not a cousin, no nothing. So with that being said, he gave me his account, so anytime I want to try Dead by Daylight, I signed to his account, then I signed back onto mine with his signed in as well. And I played the game for myself, and the more I played it, the more I started to like it. But the thing is, if you guys don't know, for those who don't own an Xbox, two people can't play a game on the same account. So if I was playing while his account was signed in, then he got on, and then he started playing a game, it would sign me out. It's like every day I would have a time limit to play Dead by Daylight until he got on. So once he got on, I was like, okay, time to play something else. And that kept being the case for a while. And I can't tell if he got annoyed by it, but one day he decided to just buy the game for me, so that was pretty nice of him as well. Like, man, that guy is so nice, and I appreciate the gifts he gave me, you know, giving me his account, which I didn't even ask for. He just lent me his account so I can play the game, and then later on just bought the game for me. So that was pretty nice. So yeah, From then on, whenever I was playing Dead by Daylight, I sometimes run duos with him, and for the most part, I play by myself, just like I do now after all these years of playing the game. I honestly rather just run solo queue than actually playing with people. And the main reason for that is that doing solo queue is much faster than actually playing with people. Like, I wouldn't mind playing Dead by Daylight with friends, like people I'm familiar with, but when I'm doing it with randoms, we gotta find people, we gotta make sure everybody's together, then we gotta ready up to find the game, which you gotta remember, this is 2017, so the loading times are atrociously slow. Next gen consoles weren't a thing yet, and we didn't have cross-platform play. So finding matches was atrocious. Like, it was bad for solo queue, and it was even worse for multiplayer. So that's like one of the main reasons why I like playing solo queue more than multiplayer, was because I actually got into matches faster. These new players don't know nowadays the pain of getting people together to load into a match, to finally find a match. Hope that everybody makes it into the match and doesn't lag out, whether that be from the lobby or loading into the actual game. Loading to a game just for something to not go your way and the match ends super soon, then you gotta go back. Like, I'm telling you, I have so many hours in this game, but I'd love to see like just a graph of how many hours I spent actually playing the game and how many hours I actually spent in the in-game lobby. Because I'm pretty sure I have more hours in the in-game lobby than I actually do playing the game. Like, it was ridiculous back then. But anyway, time went on, and remember my friends Ace Blue and Void Nato I mentioned? Well, it seems that they got a little tired of Friday all the time, so they actually bought Dead by Daylight and played with me, but they still weren't 100% there with feeling the game. So I continued to play with Saberith and most of the time by myself, and yeah, throughout those years, those are my two main to-go games, Friday 13th and Dead by Daylight. I would switch between the two constantly. I'm telling you, those were like the two multiplayer games I had in my teenage years in the chokehold, man. And as time went on, and my enjoyment with the game went up, started watching some Dead by Daylight YouTubers and streamers, Noob3, Monto, True Talent, at the time Ochito, before I got tired of his channel and his personality and went away. For the Dead by Daylight streams, I only watched people streamed when I was in high school. Like, there was times where I was just bored and there was nothing going on. I just tuned into some people's live streams, especially on days when new updates would drop, so I can see what people are experiencing and what I'm going to experience soon after I get home to, you know, boot up the Xbox, download the update. Man, those are the times. Like, I'm just now realizing that I haven't watched a Dead by Daylight stream like that in a minute. Like, high school was the only time I watched people's Dead by Daylight streams. But anyway, as time went on, I just stayed in the community, stay updated on the news of stuff that's coming out, switched up my content and brought a lot of Dead by Daylight content, which brought a lot of new subscribers and new viewers, which I appreciate y'all for subscribing and sticking with me. Made some new friends over Dead by Daylight. Not as much as Friday, but still, I made some new friends over Dead by Daylight, whether that was on Xbox or YouTube. I remember tuning into the dev live streams, which had some hilarious and iconic moments. I was there for all the bugs, the patches, the insane updates and changes, the ups and downs of the game. I was there for it all, man. It was an experience, and of course, when you're playing something for way too long, you start to get tired of it. And I would take breaks here and there. Like, I remember throughout 2018, 2019, there'd be times where I take some breaks from, you know, playing Dead by Daylight and also Friday the 13th, give me some time, then come back and switch between the two again. And I can't remember any specific details to go into now, but now talking about current day, I'm not feeling Dead by Daylight like that anymore. Like, it's not a secret. I've been letting you guys notice on my previous Dead by Daylight streams, which also, side note, make sure you guys tune into the streams. Most of the time when I play this game is either because my friends want me to play with them or a new update drops. And it's a shame because I do like this game, but the spark ain't there no more. All the bug fixes they're doing is cool. The game is more polished than it's ever been. I like all this new stuff they're adding. And I honestly think it's not just because I've grown bored with the game. Like, I've been playing it for all these years, eventually I got tired with it. Yeah, that's a factor. But I think another factor is I just grew up. Like, I'm not a teenager anymore. I'm now a fully grown adult. I have responsibilities to take care of, and I want to spend my time wisely. And Dead by Daylight is not something I want to pour in my time into. There are way better games I can be playing other than Dead by Daylight, and I had to grow up to know that. But I'm telling you, this game had my teenage years in a chokehold because I didn't have many games back then as I do now. So that's also another factor. But I honestly can't see me like just completely dropping the game like that. You don't play a game for over half a decade and simply just drop everything and leave. It's gonna take some time, and I'm not fully disconnected from the game. I don't play the game like that anymore. I even slowed down on watching my YouTube content of it. I don't really watch people play Dead by Daylight like that anymore, but still, I watch more Dead by Daylight content than I actually do play the game myself, which is pretty funny. But yeah, through all the ups and downs this game has and will continue to have in the future, I still love it, and I thank Behavior for, you know, creating the game and creating such a fun experience for me. I hope they have some success in the future, and I hope they can do something or something happens in my life where I can actually find some enjoyment with the game again and, you know, get to playing it regularly. But for now, only time will tell. And I bet we're gonna get a good killer for the anniversary. I mean, usually on Dead by Daylight anniversaries, we usually get good killers. But yeah, the last two Dead by Daylight kills we gotten were not enjoyable. The Knight, and especially, what's her name? I already forgot her name. The Skull Merchant. Yeah, those killers were not it. I don't enjoy playing them, and I don't enjoy going against them. Well, when I say them, I'm really referring to the Knight, because I haven't played against the Skull Merchant yet. And I don't even think it's because I don't really play Dead by Daylight like that anymore. I even see people making posts about it. You know, the day a new Dead by Daylight killer drops, that's all they see for like a few days. And then when it comes to Skull Merchant, you're seeing like a regular variety of killers, except the actual Skull Merchant. Everybody agrees that this killer sucks. And based on what we saw from the trailer for it, it was a huge bamboozle. Like everybody thought we were gonna get like what, the Terminator or something like that, and then we got this. It honestly seemed like this killer was rushed. The power sucks, it doesn't help in chase. And my theory is, I honestly believe the Behavior knew this chapter was gonna flop. So what they had to do was introduce these characters and just give them sex appeal. And when I say that, I'm mainly referring to the women. You see the new survivor, what's her name? The one that starts with a T? How do you pronounce it? Theleta? I don't know. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But you know, she's thick. She got those revealing clothing. Not to mention her very rare outfit in the store. Those super short shorts, barefoot. This is a pretty lady with very revealing attire. And also the Skull Merchant, super thick, with that walk, thinking she's Catwoman. Also her most expensive cosmetic, I think is a very rare as well. Even that one. She's basically half naked. And it's like, yeah. It's very obvious with this chapter, Behavior was appealing to a certain audience that they have. And yeah, it's just sad to see. But the next killer dropping is gonna be in June, and that's the same month that the game turns 7 years old. And I bet the new killer's gonna be good. And I can't wait to see what it is. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode of xSoporific Talks. This video was a long time coming, and it's finally here, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And after all this time, we finally get to spin the wheel. So don't go anywhere yet. I'm gonna spin the wheel to see what the next topic is gonna be for the next xSoporific Talks episode. And yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Soporific, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. And the topic for the next episode is